can be taught.
As a woman, you're not supposed to know that much about sex. No matter how mad I am, if my husband turns around and wants me, I never, ever deny him. Welcome back, More Than for Mama lovers. Today, we are very happy to be here with you. And as usual, another interesting topic. So, Sarah, today I would like you to let our people know, is sex a priority in any relationship?
Yes, it is.
It better be.
Yes, it is. Well, it was for me.
Okay.
Girl, listen. It had to be.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? But what is the definition of that? Like, you know what I mean?
Broad,
it is not necessarily.
Okay, so I mean, there's the sex, the toi, the obvious.
Yes.
But then there's also the intimacy that surrounds it, right? So we're not necessarily talking about male to female body parts or female to female or male to male.
Yeah.
But also just the intimacy that comes with it, the bond that comes with it. I mean, the security in your person. I mean, letting somebody else see your body like that is a big deal, honey, at least to me. Some of my bumps I would like to keep hidden.
It is.
But I do. It's a big, it's a bond. It's for me. Generally, when we talk about this, I'm talking about the bond in a relationship, and should that be a priority?
The affection, makes you happy, feel good, feel secure, the pleasure, and that intimacy, that kind of, sharing, your skin next to his skin or your skin next to her skin, whatever it is that you're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like it is important. It helps you grow together,
Yes.
Yes. You get to understand somebody in a deeper level.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes. And it brings you alive. I mean, I quote the Bible sometimes. Well, we quote the Bible, sometimes wrong names, but we still quote the Bible. Is it in Solomon where he describes his lover? And he uses such colorful language. And that's what I think about when I think about sex in a relationship. He talks about all the peaks of her body. I'm not going to go into details and the things that are like lilies and valleys. But he takes such joy and pride in making her sound so beautiful and his connection to her. So that's what I consider sex. And for me, it's a priority as well. Just like you say, you meet somebody, you know them in all these other areas. But so when we come to the part where we need to connect, can we connect? And I'm not just talking. So again, the different parts of sex also should be considered in this, right? There's some people where your first encounter with them or second or third might not be that fun. Depending on where you've been and what.
But that is something that can be taught. That is something that can teach each other. Yes.
So strong in that
you can get to tell them, this is how I want you to do it. This is how I want you to do it. And then it is taught. Yeah, sex can be taught. Yes, it can.
Here's the dilemma I know I faced before in life. Especially, and I'm sorry to pick on you, my African brothers, right? They tend to have this notion I found, especially when I first moved out here, is that as a woman, you're not supposed to know that much about sex. Right? So there's the type of guy who, if you're trying to instruct him, babe, unajua si mkono ya left, ni mkono ya right, he's like, how do you know? Kwani, how many dudes have you been with? You see what I'm saying? So you tend to find a woman who shies away from explaining what she wants or what would make her reach that place.
So then you get scared. You don't want to ask. You don't want to let him know, what it is that you like and what makes you happy. Then you end up being not satisfied. So are you going to end up cheating on them? If you're not satisfied?
Buying a vibrator. I don't know. But I think it's definitely a problem. I think, especially more with the men with more traditional views. That's what I think. Yeah. And I think people should be open. Your partner telling you, babe, not like this, does not mean that what you're doing is wrong or it's bad or you can't compare. The other person is the unemotional or the selfish giver, right? The guy who's there, or girl, actually, who's there to get their satisfaction and they're out. It doesn't matter if you enjoyed the do. It doesn't matter if you hit your it doesn't matter. They, that I really find that for me is a red flag. That's a selfish partner.
Yes.
You should talk to, and again, if they're not able to take correction, then you need to.
And to add to that also is, sometimes as women, if you have some disagreement, like probably during the day, right? You still hold on to that even when you're going to bed. And for them, they have forgotten. And now they think that everything is good, but you're still, like, what the heck?
You
We're
know,
not
it's so funny.
Jesus.
I think in that aspect, I'm opposite. I'm one of those people who I explode. And once I'm exploded, I like my life goes on. I literally forget. So I'll be meeting someone and I'm like, why are you so mad? Like I wake up in the morning,
Really?
I am now my problem is my first reaction is big. I'm just like, wow, and then I'm good. Like I let it out, I don't hold it, and then I'm good. So if I have the kind of partner that doesn't understand, and that was something my husband had to learn about me because in the beginning, especially when you're learning each other, he wakes up and he's like, I'm on him like, babe, what's up? And he's looking at me like, oh, we're talking now? Like, what are you talking about? That was yesterday. Today's a new day. I do know this lady from church, and it's funny because she's an older lady. And I love older, more mature ladies and men who are open because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they have so much, they have a wealth of knowledge. And she would say to me, she said, no matter how mad I am, if my husband turns around and wants me, I never, ever deny him. She said, no matter what, and that's something and she is in her 60s, honey. So if she,
More time for the sisters who are young, for the
no
sisters who
matter what your husband, again, I repeat, husband, not boyfriend, we're not doing wife duties for boyfriend. If you go in a marriage, I believe when your husband wants you, when your wife wants you, no matter how mad you are, that is a service and a duty that you do for them. Okay? Okay? Keep temptation over there. They don't need to be looking at nobody else. They don't need to be walking around with heavy balls. They need to be fine.
but I don't know if I would forgive them if they went out of the relationship or marriage just because I denied them.
No, I think that's something that's within the person themselves. I don't believe somebody can blame me and say, "Oh, Sarah Liminyima, so I went and hit that." No, that's you as a person making a conscious decision to walk out and do blah blah blah. Because sis, we've all got the opportunity. Okay, everybody got opportunity, and I mean, some of us we look good, honey, so we have the opportunity every day. But the point is, you come home, you know who you love, okay?
Yeah.
You your person. And that's why I believe in rings, right? No matter what your ring is. I'm not talking about big diamond ring. I'm just talking for me, the circle of unity. The times I walk and I see a cute guy, I run my hand around my finger and I remember with my husband and with God. Okay? You keep it sister. Not as at that point, if I see a guy who's almost the type I used to like, I start looking away way before. Don't even look. Don't even give yourself the opportunity to.
Yeah, right. The jump. I have a question for you. So you meet up with somebody, you have everything going on. He has everything going on. You like them. They like you, and then you get deeper into the relationship, and then you get into that, right? If it's lousy, how long are you willing to give your partner time to learn? How long do you think? Should there be a timeline?
There should be a timeline. I'm not gonna say exactly like a month or whatever, but I would say for me, I'm not gonna go 6 months having lousy sex. I'm just not. I think I'll be more aggressive. So people have different opinions. I personally, I'm gonna pop that porn into the computer and be like, babe, you see that? Find out where. I mean, everybody has their own ways, right? It could be a magazine. It could be go on Pinterest. There's little things of Kama Sutra and positions and text it to him during the day. You know what I mean? Different levels of comfort, different types of partners and openness, because not every man is gonna be okay with it. Kuna watu they've gone through life and they've never really seen a real orgasm. Right? As women, you're trained to fake it without even knowing you're being trained to fake it.
Especially where we come from.
Right. Mm-hmm. Been trained where, and subconsciously, our ancestors, I'll call them, do this.
Yeah.
Trained that sex is for the man's pleasure. So
But I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this because I lived in Malindi. I have to tell you this. They really emphasize, girl. They emphasize it. In fact, the day before your wedding, your aunties they're teaching you on how. Yes. Yeah.
Malindi. So wait, so are they teaching you how to satisfy your man, or are they teaching you how to get satisfied?
Both.
Nice. It's so funny because I was seeing a group on Facebook the other day, and somebody was talking about Ugandan women, and I actually had to go Google it. And there's this thing, I forget the name of it, I don't want to say it wrong, but women are taught this, I think, and the man has to practice it, and it's simply about getting the woman's orgasm. Nothing to do with
him. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Try Ugandan, but maybe next life.
I went to school in Uganda.
You did?
I did.
I need to Google that, find the name for but you something. I just don't love that it's an African society and they teach the men to pleasure the woman. It should be both.
So V, for us, you and I, we say, sex should be a priority, but the other people who feel like finances should be a priority too. My sister keeps telling me, I'd rather be broke in a mansion than a small little apartment,
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, everybody has different stances. Like I said, me, I'd rather be getting my O's in Kibera than be living in Runda and not getting there. But again, different people, different strokes for different folks. I do think finances are very important. It's something you want to be on the same scale with your person, right? You don't want to be sitting there and me, I'm doing this and I've set certain goals in my life and you're not getting there. But to me personally, it's not like the most important. I do think you should be equally yoked financially for the most part.
Yeah.
Other people do. I also believe that they want to be compatible in terms of their moral codes. That is very like what we think about morality should be similar. What we think about religion should be similar, especially when a situation where we're going to bring children and goals. What else would you think? Is there anything else that you think would need to be?
Listen, I'm just going back to what we started with, sex being a priority, and there's some healthy benefits.
Yeah, to sex.
Tell me one of the benefits.
One of the benefits. Wait.
That's true, because you're burning the calories. You're burning those calories. You have a good night's sleep.
True, and you release all these feel-good hormones within you. It relieves stress.
Because whenever that happens, every morning I'm very early in the morning making breakfast for everybody.
That's when you're humming and flipping eggs.
Yeah.
No, it's true. You know why? It's so funny because at the office, when we have one of these people who's super like bitchy, the first thing we always say is, damn, she needs to get some. It's something people always say, right? So we do know somewhere in there that sex, listen, in conclusion, I'm just saying what Afro-mamas have decided, sex is definitely a priority.
It is. And like you always say, everybody is unique in their own way.
Yes. So as long as you're happy in your relationship, be uniquely you. Like I always say, follow whatever standards you set for yourself. I mean, but if you are into it, get that O for yourself and for your
You're not alone.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And we would love to hear from you in the comments.
Yes.
Share, and we will see you next time on the Mod Afro Mamas.
Bye-bye.